Most of you only get to see our studio grounds in little itty-bitty pieces and probably don't have much of an idea of how it all connects into our landscape here. I'd like to take you around and show you where our different lawn areas either are or are going to be, and on the way show you a few of the other spots that we've looked at and that you've seen, and so that you can see how those connect into our total landscape. Now, to begin with, you're looking due north. To the northwest is our studio building. You're standing in the middle of our vegetable garden. Right in front here are the raised beds, our 4 raised beds, and directly in front of you is the first of our 3 large vegetable sections. You'll notice the cover crops. Those are the ones that we looked at a few weeks ago. They're about 4 or 5 weeks old now, and they're growing very, very well. Now, in the past, we've had these 3 large sections and the raised beds. We've kind of included them as the same garden. Starting next year, we're going to have treated as 2 separate gardens. Our smaller garden for you people with small land and a small garden, not much space, and the rest of the garden, which will be treated separately for those of you who have more space. We have our compost pile behind us. You're seeing the back side of it. The other times you've seen it is from the other side. Back here is where we plan for the zoysia grass. Getting over into this section, we've got our tall fescue that we've put in, our trellis that we built last year, our small fruit plantings. Behind, you can see our tree fruits. Get into the strawberries that you've seen several times. Now we're coming up onto the middle, or second vegetable garden section that I'm walking through. Behind is our asparagus, and just out of your sight are the fall planted strawberries that we put in last year. Get back a little bit further, we've got some more bramble crops. We have boysenberry, some bababerry, a few other unusual things. This will be another trellis built very similarly to the one that we had built last year. We're looking south again. This is the section we're going to be putting into buffalo grass next year. A couple of years ago, a couple springs ago, you'll remember we bark grafted a pecan tree. That's it right there. It's still doing just fine. Now under these pine trees, it's too shady for the Bermuda grass. It will also be too shady for the buffalo grass. Buffalo grass doesn't tolerate shade any better than Bermuda. So we'll need some cool season grass directly under that. We're starting to come up on the west side. Here's our Bermuda grass that we put into sod, our improved Bermuda, and our ornamental flower beds. Now this is the section we put into sod. Directly in front of you is where we used a few other different methods, sprigging, plugging. If you can see any difference between that section and where I'm standing, you're doing better than I am. They've all worked pretty much equally well now that they've all come in and established. We're coming back up onto the northwest. The part of the lawn that we're going to be dealing with today is right up around the building. That's where we will be overseeding our Bermuda.